I just wanted to come straight away. I spoke to the Mayor, Richard Parker, last night, and I was exchanging messages. I realised how serious it was when I saw some of the images. Utterly devastating for those people who are today out of their homes, who've lost everything. So I've met some of them and reassured them we will do everything we can to support them. But also wanted to show my appreciation to the Fire and Rescue Service here in the West Midlands, but also police and ambulance have been working together on the ground. They've done an incredible job. And bear in mind, we've got 37 incidents going on across the UK. 4 of them are major incidents in terms of wildfires. And there are thousands of firefighters out there in this heat doing back-breaking work. And I do want to recognise what they are doing and showing my appreciation to them. Beyond that, what I want to do is give a fuller update on the COBRA meeting that we held earlier in the week, because there were some conclusions that have now come into effect. Firstly, we have seen the military deploy 100 personnel initially to the major incident in South Wales, and we're very grateful to our colleagues in the Ministry of Defence for that. That support is critically needed. We have a system of mutual aid in play at the moment where fire and rescue services are supporting each other, but with so many incidents it is crucial that the military support is there if fire and rescue services can't do the same backup that they would normally be doing. So that is hugely appreciated. The second issue is around aerial firefighting capability, the planes that people might see in other countries. We have taken a decision to deploy nationally aerial firefighting support, so commissioned nationally, but that obviously wasn't available here, but it will be available elsewhere, and it would have made a difference. Thirdly, the Chancellor and the Community Secretary at my request are convening emergency financial support, a package of support for fire and rescue services that have been significantly affected. When it comes to the poor people who are in this dreadful position, we have been making sure that the insurance industry is ready to step up and support them. So the Exchequer Secretary has today met with the insurance industry, the ABPI, and we've had assurances back that there will be immediate support and people will be supported quickly, which is really welcome, and I hope of some reassurance to those who are out of their homes today. For councils, we've opened the Bellwyn scheme, which is a scheme they can access for support to pick up the wider costs of the incident. And again, the commitment is we will act quickly in relation to those claims. The temporary ban on barbecues, disposable barbecues, comes in today. All retailers will be receiving notification of that ban, and we ask them to obviously implement it in full until further notice, when we can remove it. And then I would also want to say to the public, you can see what's happening. 37 significant fires across England and Wales. Please do not light an open fire, a bonfire of any kind. If you're disposing of a cigarette, take great care. This is obviously a really combustible situation, literally, and we need to respect that fact and make sure that no one is taking any risk, because you're taking risk with other people's homes, with other people's lives, if you act recklessly in this moment. The final thing is just to point to the wider issues related to the changing climate in which we are living. It's clear that the climate is changing. Everybody can see that, and we have to react accordingly. So I will convene in the summer, at the end of the summer, I should say, a summit with fire and rescue services to make sure they are properly resourced going forwards. We've lost firefighters in recent years. I know it as a former mayor, from a very grassroots level, some of the pressures on our fire and rescue services. I can't say today that we've done enough to fully resource them to deal with these type of incidents, and I want our firefighters to know that I understand how it seems from their point of view, and I'm going to convene that summit to make sure we get in place the right support, including the aerial support permanently if that is what they deem is needed. Obviously there's other adjustments that we need to make in relation to climate change. We might be in for a wet autumn and winter straight after this because of El Nino and some of the issues there, which was reported to Cobra. So after fire could come floods. So we have to face up to the changing climate, and I think we need a different debate about that. There's no point denying where we are. We need to face up to it. We need more clean energy. We need to see that transition accelerate. Those are all of the issues that are now in discussion, but the Cobra meeting earlier this week I think has enabled us to mobilise resource today to individuals, to communities and to our fire and rescue services, and we're very, very grateful to them.
You've just been down and had a look at some of these properties that have been completely destroyed, others been severely damaged. What was your reaction looking at the smouldering ruins?
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I dealt with wildfires in Greater Manchester, but nothing on this scale. I've never seen scenes like this in Britain, where you just see a whole house gutted, smouldering. And I met one of the families whose house had gone up in that way. So you can imagine how distressing that is for them, and you feel for them. The kids have had to go elsewhere. It's just unbelievably devastating for people in this position. So it's why I'm here. I just wanted to show that we're on the ground. We understand how difficult this is for everybody, and we will put in place the support to help people get back to where they should be as soon as possible.
You've also been briefed by the Chief Fire Officer and you spoke to the crews here. Is there any indication as to how these fires, not just here but across the country, have started? How culpable are individuals? These aren't all wildfires, are they?
So at this stage, the Chief Fire Officer has just said to us that there's no clear cause that can be identified at this moment in time. They can, I believe, identify a location where it began, which was in one of the surrounding fields, but at this stage not a cause, and I don't think it's right for me to come and jump to any conclusion there. But I just reiterate the message to the public that I gave a moment ago. Please, everybody, take the greatest of care. In fact, don't light anything in an outdoor space right now. Britain is a tinderbox right now. And please just have that in your mind. We're going to go into the rest of a weekend that is a difficult weekend. This is not over by any means. We've got 37 fires smouldering around the country, so it could be more. So please bear that in mind at all times. And we've seen the reaction of the public here in Stourbridge. It's unbelievable, by the way. The rescue centre, the things that they've brought in. The public are brilliant. People are great. They come out and they support each other. Just that one person who doesn't think, lets everybody down. Please don't do it.